Hi, it's Mr. Evans here, and I'm going to take you through the GCSE Media Studies option. Some of the questions that we will aim to answer, or certainly to take a closer look at during our course, are things such as: can media really change the law? How true is a stereotype? Who really decides what you should be wearing and the music you should be listening to? And what exactly is fake news? The media plays a central role in our society and culture. Every single one of you are influenced by the media, whether you like it or not. It can shape our perceptions of the modern world and the people around us, and it can influence us to follow certain celebrities and support certain causes. For example, why do some people really hate Harry and Meghan? And how did the Black Lives Matter movement grow so quickly? Well, it's all down to the media. The course will handle various forms of media, and also you'll cover a range of topics. So what will you study? Well, we're going to explore the media and different representations across it of gender, race, LGBTQ, and age. We'll also look at music, including music videos and retro music videos. We'll look at television and film, particularly looking at Wales on television, for example, the series Gavin and Stacey, and contemporary Hollywood film, for example, the Marvel franchise. You will also get an opportunity to create your own media. For example, creating a radio news report or a magazine cover. The course is assessed via coursework and examination. The coursework is worth 40% of the mark, and the examination is worth 60%. A question we often get asked: is media studies easy? A lot of people think that it's an easy option that can just come in, sit down, watch a film, write a little report on it, and that's media studies. It's actually a lot more complex than that. The GCSE course is an academic course. And if you really enjoy English and history, you will find plenty to interest you in media studies. There's much more to it than just watching a film. Don't just take my word for it, though. This short video clip will show you a range of views from different teachers of the subject, and also will give you a little bit more information on what we will be looking at.
Obviously, I'm biased, but I think there are 100 reasons that everybody should study the media.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
So what I ended up doing was asking the brilliant teachers of Twitter what they thought the main reasons were for studying media, and I put them into this video. So the first one comes from Mr. Kernan, and he points out that it illustrates the impact of ownership on everything that we see in the media. It's why media institutions is one of the four cornerstones of media studies. Have you ever thought about why the people who make the media you watch made it in the first place? Obviously, in 99% of all cases, it's for the sake of profit.
They make the honey, and we make the money.
They make the honey, and we make the money?
So how do you feel about the fact that you are aggressively targeted by these companies to part with your hard-earned cash? Mr. Kernan gives the example of Disney, who in recent years have bought Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Fox. The impact, mass-produced entertainment, that you can now only watch on Disney+, and franchises that span film, comics, video games, books, merch, all in the good name of profit. And since these conglomerates are so big, they can make all these things in-house. I mean, just take a look at this graphic to see what a juggernaut Disney really is. Number 2 comes right off of the back of this, and it comes from Miss Patel. To realize how the majority of the media industry is run by very few companies, and to consider their agenda in promoting certain viewpoints. The lack of diversity showcases the importance of needing all types of people to work within the industry. I just recently made a video on Stuart Hall's representation theory, and that deals with this point explicitly. If you don't interrogate the text and the producer who made it and what their agenda might be, you are paving the way for their ideology becoming normalized. Plus, we need to encourage diversity in as many media producers as possible so that there's diversity in the representations that we see and we get more viewpoints than just those of the big producers. It's why YouTube is such a fantastic place for seeing alternative opinions from the mainstream. The next one comes from Mr. Rose, who says, study media to make media. It promotes the size of the industry, diversity of roles, and technical skills you could learn in order to go into production in a thriving creative landscape. I think this is so true. And I think it's an awful shame that in certain part of the country, the idea of a job in the media is still seen as kind of like a pipe dream. And it's just not true. You now need media skills in all industries, even if it's small scale social media marketing or big brand advertising. More specifically, if you look at the media sector, you could be looking at jobs in advertising, animation, digital marketing, film, games, journalism, publishing, radio, special effects, television, web design. And he's right when he says that these industries are thriving. PwC's latest report found that the UK's entertainment and media industry will be worth $76 billion by 2021, an increase of $8 billion from where it is right now. Next up is one from a brilliant teacher local to me, Mike Baker, who says, because it teaches you to question everything, to make sense of the world we all live in, and it gives you the sort of transferable skills other subjects can only dream of. In a world filled with fake news, data being used to target audience, and extreme body representations, media studies can really contextualize all of the noise we see in the media. Should you really look like the media tell you to? Did this news story really happen? Media studies students don't just accept what they're shown, they interrogate it. Here's one from Mr. Kirkwood. You should study media studies to understand how media can be used to influence an audience, either explicitly or implicitly. It teaches how to understand people's lifestyles and viewpoints. One of the first skills I teach any of my media classes is the art of visual analysis. And I think this is the first step in understanding how media producers try to fit a preferred reading to a text. Take newspapers. Look at how the same story has been represented differently in these two papers. The choice of image, text, everything is designed to make you feel a certain way about the event. Thanks for each of those teachers who replied to me. There was some more that kind of covered the same areas, so the ones that I picked are just a few of the sample. But a few other quickfire ones from me. It allows you to watch text that you might not usually engage with. We watch some international film. We watch non-English speaking TV dramas. Or how about the fact that you'll become far more computer literate? Over the course of a 2-year media studies course, you will become an expert in the Google Suite, the Adobe Suite, quite possibly Final Cut Pro, the kind of software that you will use at university and probably in the industry itself. The other big one that I'd throw in is it opens your eyes culturally. We all watch films, we all enjoy entertainment, but it will allow you to engage with movies, TV, newspapers, magazines on a whole new level when you learn to analyze them. So that's all for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions about media studies, you can either fire them off down here in the comments section or go and speak to your local media teacher. I can't recommend it highly enough. See you next time.
So, lots to think about there. And of course, as he said, you will be using a range of IT equipment. Within the school, we do have a suite of Apple Macs, and we'll be using different applications as well to create different forms of media. So if you would like to know more, just come and see myself, Miss Morris, or Miss Coombs. We'll answer your questions as best we can. Have a little think about this, and really would like to see you on the course.